Desde 2017, conectando desenvolvedores, artistas e empreendedores, a Gamejamplus é a maior maratona competitiva de desenvolvimento de jogos do mundo. Nestes 5 anos, recebemos 2.800 inscritos em 100 cidades em 30 países e participamos da criação de mais de 600 jogos. São aproximadamente 800 voluntários que, através do poder da colaboração, abrem as primeiras portas para o mundo de produção de jogos. Durante 7 meses de um processo árduo de criação e avaliação, os competidores dão tudo de si para chegarem até o momento mais esperado do ano. A cerimônia da grande final, onde o mundo do desenvolvimento independente se encontra em um só lugar. É na grande final que conhecemos os maiores destaques e descobrimos o grande vencedor, o jogo do ano da Gamejamplus.
Todos nós, algum dia, temos aquela ideia genial. Ela vem do nada, de repente. Você não consegue parar de pensar nela. Sua ideia segue você por todos os lugares. Ela está sempre lá, em um cantinho da sua mente. Por mais que você tente, você não consegue se livrar dela. É uma lembrança constante das suas ambições não realizadas. Ela não deixa você dormir, nunca deixa você sozinho. Até que você é forçado a desistir da sua ideia. Você não tem os recursos ou o apoio necessário, dizem que você está sendo ingênuo. E então, você abandona seus sonhos. Na comunidade Catalisa, nossa missão é defender.
At Community Catalysa, we defend your idea and support every step on the way. Do you want to go deep on technology? In our platform, you'll find experts and leaders in the many schools of data science, mobile, front-end, and everything related to the life experience of a company working on innovation, software, systems, sites, apps. Navigate through the website, know their opinion, the stories of Alura, our success cases, and come study with us. Testando tradução. Tradução testando, ok. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. First, you have no idea how nervous I am to be here, so I'll ask you for some help. If I look at you, please smile at me so that I can feel more comfortable. So, first of all, welcome everyone, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you here. We are also having this event now on YouTube. Someone is streaming it here, I don't know where. And people asked me to talk a little bit about the Gamejamplus at the beginning of this event. So I would like to do that with your help. So I prepared the presentation here, show some slides. And I'll go through the audience to interview some of you. Due to the time, I ask you if you're going to speak, to be brief, because we need many people to speak, but that's it. Do I have how to change slides here, or someone will do that for me? No? Okay. Okay, so you may start on this slide. I don't want to go through here because I don't want to disturb the next slide. So I would like to start with a definition that I understand of Gamejamplus. Two things are very nice. The first one is to change games into businesses. We have an idea of making games to big companies. We want you to monetize, to bring investments, and to make this project a company. And the second goal of Gamejamplus is collaboration. We generally say that Gamejamplus is made by people who believe that citizens are the main transformation agents in their environment. So I think these 2 points translate very well Gamejamplus. And I would like to start dealing with it, going to the beginning of that. And people who supported me in the beginning, I'm honored to have them here today. But by the way, first, before the first person, I have to show this slide because, as I said, we have a collaborative moment. So it's very important for organizers, mentors, the jury to give some time for the community. So if you are a participant, if you are a finalist, please stand up. Who is a finalist? Finalist, if you are here to maybe win an award, let's see, we have 15 Brazilian states, 9 countries here, so let's have a round of applause to them. Okay, you may sit down. I think the most important people in Gamejamplus are the local organizers. Please, the local organizers, stand up. Local, come on, Tanya. You're local in Portugal. Okay, a hand of applause to them. Thank you. And the story started in 2017. And the first person to work with me was Gabriel Ferreira. Who's there? Gabriel, stand up. Let me greet you. Tell us briefly, how was the start? How did you create that with me? Tell us a little bit about it. Well, it was disturbing. And in the beginning, It was very hard because nobody believed this idea. Everything was very new. Nobody was used to that. Game Jam, the game was only for fun, only having projects with the guys. And we were very sad because we could see many good ideas that wouldn't be developed because they produced the game and nothing happened, and let's produce the game and then we think about marketing and selling, but in the end you have a game that you believe a lot but nobody bought the idea because nobody knows you, nobody understands your idea. So it was a big struggle with no money, and we looked for people who believed in us and the idea in many different cities until we could convince all these people who are here participating today. And Gabriel, I don't know if you remember, but in 2017, well, Gabriel today works in movie. He's been working there for some years. And by the way, we have to talk about it later, but there's another person here. What is Ivan? Ivan is from Rio Grande do Sul, from Porto Alegre. And along with me, he's the only person, as Gabriel left in 2019, he is the only one participating in all Gamejamplus so far. So first of all, thank you very much. And ask you, how is that? Why did you join us and never gave up? What happened? Well, we're getting old, you know. Well, the proposal was very nice back then. I think we should have an impacting national game jam. You are used to the international one. But anyways, I was scared on that. I'm very proud of that. And then we have that scene of someone saying, oh, come on, I'm selling Game Jam. And I said, this was wonderful. And we believed on that, believed on games and this kind of event and said, okay, let's go on. We had the first one we liked. And okay, let's keep up. And it's working, so let's keep moving. But now pass on the torch to you because I'm thinking about it. Okay, I'm thinking about it too, but do you remember the first crazy thing we created? The first crazy thing we created? No, what do you mean? Well, these were the cities in the first year, the participants. This was the first crazy thing we created. And this is Game Jam, and the finals is in Rock in Rio. We want to go there very much. Come on, help us. Let's go on to the Game Jam. Rock in Rio. This is nice. Rock in Rio, come to it. I hope I can go there. Rock in Rio, Omelette sponsoring is that, and this is wonderful. Game Jam, well, it would be wonderful. So Rock in Rio, pay attention to ideas, support us. You have to support this kind of initiative. We want to take Game Jam to Rock in Rio. So Rock in Rio, adopt Game Jam. Please adopt Game Jam. Adopt Game Jam. Adopt them. Come on, let's go. Hashtag adopt it. Rock in Rio, adopt it. Rock in Rio, adopt me. Come on, Rock in Rio, adopt me. Adopt me. Hashtag adopt me. Hashtag Rock in Rio adopt me. Rock in Rio, please, let's have the finals in the event. Come on. And we were adopted. On the right, Tell Mantovani, CEO of Omelette, right? Omelette, to hold the award with us on the stage. He was not there because he wanted, but in this picture, you know, we were playing with that game of punching the people, and I made a mistake and I hurt my hand. I had to go to the emergency, and he was there the next day on the stage supporting us. So the champion Ovelhas, I'll bring examples of nice projects here. So this game, this team, in fact, is still there. Now they are in page 2, and I'll talk about it later. And they could have more than hundreds of thousands of reais in investments, international contracts. So this is a project that we are very proud, and we hope to have investments on P2. 2018, we could reach 14 cities in Brazil, in all the regions of Brazil. I think the first nice thing this year was the participation of UNICEF. We created a category of games on social impact. So it opened our minds to big companies being involved in games, and they can use Gamejamplus to create the games. And then, where's Fabio? Flavio? Well, this game won an award or was a finalist, I don't know. But what happened to this game last year? Well, first of all, it's an honor to be here. To me, what's very satisfying to meet everyone here, those of you online, and we only know our avatars. So we are very nice here when we meet everyone in person and to see everyone closely, because in 2018 we didn't have all the involvement that we are having today. So to me, it's very pleasing. And this game was invited to go to Europe. It's a Portuguese publisher, and we know everyone there. So they were invited to participate on the short game collection that was published, and that's it. And last October, they went there, and they are there in the short game collection as of last year. And it's wonderful. I've been learning a lot with this whole process of Gamejamplus. And to me, as a person coming from an area and who wants to go to another one, I didn't have time to be business with all that. So this is a very practical way of learning and working. Thank you for the opportunity, and the fruits are coming already. So you are a finalist this year, right? Well, people from Carry the Chicken are here. I am working with them. I started with the game, and then we continue, and then Jennifer could connect with the people from Carrying the Chicken, and we are growing together. So it's very nice because now the matrix is open to many nice people. So I think on internet we are more beautiful. I don't know. Okay, thank you. And the organizer of Belém do Pará in 2018, I remember that one week before Game Jam started, you said, well, no, there's only 2 teams here, and 2 teams are finalists per city. But I said, okay, let's do with 2 teams. It's better having 2 teams than nobody. And then next year they will be more thrilled. So they went to Rio, won awards there. And what can you tell about it? Well, first, we were very proud because nobody expected that growing the way it did. When you said, well, we want to bring it to Belém, we want to have one capital on its stage in Brazil. So I said, okay, I'll do everything to do that. It motivated, but I'll tell you, I wasn't the one motivated. It was the ecosystem of devers, and I said, okay, let's go there, let's participate. So when we went to the finals, we didn't even know if we would be here, but you could create that and bring us, and we said, wow, that's wonderful. But later on, we'll make use of that to show to everyone in the city that we have more opportunities and create more opportunities there. So the fact of having that created there and winning with Ghosting, it was an initiative that changed a lot the situation and that was the point we made to grow in our place. And was the most important to us because we could interconnect all the regions and have this excuse by showing that, well, in Rio, they take it seriously. We have to do that, otherwise we'll miss. So basically, that's it. Thank you very much.
And then moving on, following the story. And then we have a character in 2018, Lucas. Lucas, where are you, Lucas? Stand up. So Lucas So he came in 2018. 2018, this is Lucas on the left, Gabriel in the middle, Lucas on the left. I love the Zodiac, and Pedro is the one on the right. But Lucas in 2019, let's say he was a little bit too tired. Then he became like the golden hair, and then he took on like the game gen, and he became the leader in 2009 international scale. The very first time that we were doing something that big. So and then I said, well, that's not going to work. Like doing too many things at the same time. But we said, well, we're gonna make it happen, and we did it. But it was no equal like anything else that we've done before, and everything is still working on, and I'm very happy to see everyone here, bringing the cities and the countries that we worked in and new ones. And my desire is that it continues the same drive, the same will, the same energy of everyone here, that we can continuously growing, and that you continuously surprising us. Thank you, Lou. So your company, it not like a sponsor at Gamejamplus. We have to find a solution for that. In 2019, so we had someone that had won like the 4 titles in 2018, 2019. She became like with the champ with 4 new titles, the one that won the most titles of all. So I cannot talk to her right now. She's in here. 2020-21, we expanded, and we went beyond 20, and then it lasted for 8 months, and we had countries from all over the world. The team grew, and she said that we had a character, but like the production is saying that I'm talking too much. So I lost Gioco, and the team, the game is Holorhap. They were here, but where are they? Okay, so let's go there and talk to them. So Davi has been a participant. Davi has been an organizer of the global team, and now he's a national organizer. So he's everywhere, the lecturers. So if you don't want to say anything, that's fine. So it's a pleasure being here once again. I've been in everything possible, like in the Game Jam. It's a great pleasure to bring everything like to our city. Brazil is a small market, so these small knowledges are huge for us, like the impact that it ends up like causing. And people say, wow, they won an award, so let's try to do the same and make it happen. So this year, almost we couldn't make it. And then the last month, we left the Amazon, and we brought 5 other people, and we paid for everyone's airfare, air ticket. And we have people like from the north area. So the idea is that it's growing, and let's make it happen every year. And then 2020-21, our participation was in the Shark Tank, that we have this meme here with Bobby G. I don't think it's really similar, but anyway. And now we came to the big final, 2020, 21-22, and we have a different plot here. So everyone knows Rio de Janeiro, like the obvious things in Rio. So first we want to break a stigma. So we brought a group like to Rocinha, like to go around, and a cultural no reason to be afraid. They have to integrate with everyone in the society. So we brought them to go to São Conrado, and then the Gávea side, and then Tati here that has worked with us. She was our tour guide. We also brought them in the ship of knowledge. Brazil is also known by soccer and samba and beaches, and we have a space, Carol, right? Like a public space that offer like first world structure. And the structure there, like the ship of knowledge, are amazing. And we brought them like to São Cristóvão Fair, just like to go a little bit away from Rio and São Paulo. It's too westernized. And then we have this northeastern culture, and it breaks the paradigm in which we are inserted. We try to break this vision this classic understanding about Rio de Janeiro and bring a different perspective. So obviously we had like the tour strolls, like no one can avoid that. And then just close my participation. So this places the numbers of the Gamejamplus, almost 4,000 people impacted, 800 games created, more than 30 countries, and more than 100 cities that the Gamejamplus happen. So how do we move back? So, well, a show of hands here. So something interesting to say. So the budget for this final is bigger than all the other years of the Game Jam Plus history. So as Lucas said and Gabriel said, you know, like it was very strong what we did. We won awards, like two awards in Africa, all the awards of the Ministry of Culture we won. We also like got into media in many different countries in the world. And basically, this is it. Our objective is to change like Rio de Janeiro and the world capital of the games. I would like to call some of our sponsors, our commercial director, my partner, Arthur's mother, and Lara, who is about to come. Good afternoon, everyone. We made it, right, Ian? No better feeling like when you finish like a journey like this feeling that you made it happen. So Ian talked a little bit and he will talk more. I won't give any spoiler about our team. I believe that something well succeeded is composed by a tripod, and we have here at first part our team, small in number but very big in effort and dedication and passion. Second, our wonderful organizers and volunteers. Not even if we could pay for everyone or choose like teams in the cities, you would do with so much passion and love would happen in so well. And finally, our supporters. More than money, this is much more important than money. The feeling that I have when people ask me, so and I would like to give the
So I wouldn't like to put on exposure and see what is important for believing in this wonderful world of games. So, well, thank you for the opportunity of participating here. We thank you. I am Eduardo from the board of Central Rio, Cicobi Rio. That is a financial institution, one of the greatest in Brazil, but we are different because we are a cooperative. We have no profits, and our goal is justice, and we want to get closer to this game's audience, and we are here to know this audience, this segment, and see what we can give back to get closer and to promote financial justice with that we do so much to this whole country. So thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you. Cicobi is our partner. We have a lot of them here in the States, so it wouldn't be different. Cicobi couldn't be left out. And another good surprise, and by the way, it's not surprise, it would be something bad because the other person is not here, but is the person who represents Artiplan. I think we are in a big event and have Artiplan and Dimas as partners, so it shows that we are on the right path. So Ronaldo, I know you are hiding back there. It should be the other Ronaldo speak, but Medical Apex, great partners, Brasileiros, Secobi, Anjo Tintas, that is awarding one of the categories. Tinte Point, Magic, the City Hall of Rio in the end, because this is the big father of the kids, Firjan, that not only opened the doors and the house to us, but this is a national and state partner that is represented with Angelica, that couldn't be here, Asfid Hiro, the Rio City Hall on behalf of the Secretary of Tourism and Rio Visit Convention, Tag Plus, Márcio, because we need to talk about education. That is one of our pillars and how we use games to impact on education.
So how we use it, tools like to bring children and then they can learn from it. So the startups.
Tradução, teste, teste, teste. And greet each player, each one of you. Science and technology and innovation had become again the protagonist in the city of Rio. While
desenvolverem processos de inclusão. Percebam que a todo momento eu falo aqui de inclusão. E por esta razão que nós, enquanto gestores, temos o dever de fomentar o ecossistema.
Duty to foment the gamer ecosystem, mainly when we are talking about new developers. It brings creative industry to the development and many new opportunities to work and strengthen the economy and generates revenue. So I would like to mention some data that I believe everyone knows here. The game sector has now more money than movies and music altogether and is responsible for more than half of the entertainment industry. According to the analysts of Newzoo platform, Brazil is the leader in profitability on the games market in Latin America and the 13th on the world rank. According to a BBL, the gamer entertainment has in Brazil more than 90 million gamers and is the third in popularity in games only after the United States and China. The games allow the development of skills like creativity, attention, awareness. Current games can be shown as an effective learning tool, especially in inclusion of children and adolescents. That is, it is a democratic segment that is very inclusive as people of all social classes and genders and races, they all participate as well as handicapped people.
NPCD. So another point that I would like to highlight is that the Municipal Secretariat of Science Technology, when provide the support to Gamejamplus, it reinforces the initiative of the creation of the games and sports coordination. This segment so open to receiving like the gaming industry. So in face of this scenario, our main objective is like to turn Rio de Janeiro the world reference, as Melina has said, in games, like rectifying this status of a friendly city. So the public policies that will be built will focus in this sector. So we will try to get return for the municipality in many different areas, such as education, entertainment, work, economy, tourism, social development, as much as creating a stimuli to the game industry and its ecosystem. I would like to close my lecture here, like saluting everyone, the organizers of the event, and all of you who participated and were part of this big moment. And I would like to take the opportunity also to launch. And now I will take one sentence from your lecture. The Rio de Janeiro is the world gaming capital of the games and sports. Let's make Rio de Janeiro the world capital of the games and sports. So I would like to take just a little longer here and call up to the stage Mateus, Arthur, Pandora, and Benito, our professor from the Ship of Knowledge in Engenhão. So who is going to speak first? They will? Okay. So these three kids here, they were part of the game development training course that is happens at the Ship of Knowledge. Is Professor Benito here? Show of hands to all of them. Okay, so let's, the professor speaks first, and then we move to the students. Good afternoon, everyone. So I am a professor at the Ship of Knowledge for 11 years. I am the result of a work that began about a decade ago. So I came from a time that, watching games was as bad as television. And now when we look at all this movement happening with Igor and the Secretariat, so this is amazing. We didn't have that then. So can you imagine that happening? So who could ever possibly imagine these kids here like making games? 2 years ago, we could not even think about it. So now I work at the Secretariat of Science and Technology and the Ships of Knowledge. We have this opportunity to see a project such as Igor's, to see it happening. These kids, like in about a month and a half, they made all these games that you can see here. So we use like pixel art, and they developed the history of the games. They made the design based on the ship. So I'm really thrilled because like when the games spoiled television, we didn't have this opportunity. Otherwise, if it was not for the City Hall of Rio and a project like this one, nothing would happen. So because of the Secretariat, because of Igor and everyone involved, so a show of hands to everyone, and these kids especially. So who's going to explain first? So how did you make this game? Tell everyone. So we used construct a tool, as the professor said, and then from then on we used pixel art, and then we made our first game. So then we made a collective game, the one that you see on the screen. So the collective game, Pandora and Arthur and myself. So would you like to say anything? No, no, thank you. So I really liked it. I really enjoyed it because we showed that we can still make a lot of games. We have a lot of games to make. So I really like to create the game. So, and the professor helped us quite a lot. And also, because I say that women, why not women have the right to do so? So why not? So I made it happen, and this is it. This is really cool. So anybody knows like the Ship of Knowledge here? So who has never been there? So the Ship of Knowledge is a structure like tech, top of the art, state of the art. So they have like equipment, internet, instructor, the one that is speaking to you. And if it's not this project, so who can you see the dimension of what is happening here today? So we couldn't even think about it. I could never imagine to be here on stage. Like the City Hall of Rio de Janeiro would make it available. And for about 10 years, it's been doing this in a different tenure. It happened, but it's becoming stronger. And this is the trend that the Secretariat is going to grow and then reach more kids like these so they can get to know. And the word of games is this. So games don't spoil television. Games is money, is fun, entertainment, and so on. So you remember that I said all the time like about inclusion. So the Ship of Knowledge means like creating opportunities. It's a project that was created and digitalized by the Mayor Eduardo Paes. It was closed due to other managers, but we are reopening the space and creating opportunities for these kids. Thank you all. So what is really cool here, like from the Secretariat in Rio, is that they have this holistic view, the Ship of Knowledge, with the Sub-Secretariat, with the games coordination, with the participation of games. And I would like to invite other people from the team, so Rafa there, but there is another person here. So Melina knew she had worked in the secretariat, and she said that she wasn't coming to the stage, but it's impossible not to thank her. The secretariat really saved us. We needed this money, like, to bring everyone here. Investors, they got money that were they lent the money, and Danilo, like, used his own personal credit card for the air tickets. But this guy here, I was desperate after him, and some people did not come forward to us. But like, you helped, like, Gamejamplus this year. Thank you very much. So it was not in the script once again, but as Ian is doing this, please do not look at me. But it makes a difference, those who were in this entrepreneurship journey on the other side in doing what these guys are doing now. We know that becoming an entrepreneur in Brazil is not an easy task. We have many impediments, like from the state, like preventing us from opening and keeping business, and also organizing an event like this. So did not appear in 2022. He's been doing this for quite a while, and he is showing, like, step by step the pathway. And I was on the other side, being an entrepreneur, but also due to the pandemic, and things did not flow accordingly. I was involved with the government, so my former boss, Paulo, here, so a teammate from the team, and we were activating this with the ecosystem using the incubator and the accelerator when I received the invitation from the secretary, William, like, to compose this team in the city of Rio de Janeiro. And this is what we are doing there. Very intense work. We faced lots of difficulties at the beginning of this journey, as the secretary had mentioned, but now we can see the horizon, and we can see things running smoother. And events like this one, with the launch of the coordination of the games, reopening, like, the next ships of knowledge, and all the things that we'll let you know through our social media that will impact the city. We want to expand our radius, transforming and making things a reality. We need to bring possibilities to people so they can have a power of choice. As a state, we want to leave a legacy and leave in their hands, like, this power of choice. Very few people have it now. Not a lot of people know what they have in their hands. So we want to offer and open the doors to our equipments, and then they can make a decision later on after this learning experience with us. I take this way or another. And then as a state, we come forward and we do what we are supposed to do. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Melina. So I don't even remember if, is it over? Okay, so production is very upset with me. So is this the surprise that we don't know if it's going to happen, right? You know that I am a fan of the Saint Seal, and our cash flow is not too good, but there is something else that I would like to say. Okay, so then, let's see it happening on the screen, and then you go. Okay, all right. I thought that we were going to have more music. Okay, so you cut me off. So I can make this presentation forever. So what do we have now? So do we have a video? What do we do? So, oh, let's call girls like on stage. Okay, the first person that I would like to invite to our stage in our panel, Nicole. Nicole, you are running for Personality Award. Welcome. So, hello everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, my nick is Sherry Dums. I am influencer and electronic sports, and I'm running for the very first time, like a Brazilian, the biggest category in the world, Personality of the Year, and there's a global nomination in the world. We have a Brazilian there, and also if I have the space here, like go there and vote. It's open to the public. And esportsawards.com, go there and check it out. But it would be an honor and a privilege. Congratulations to everyone here and everyone from Gamejamplus. Wonderful event. So please take your seat. Then we will send an email, like to remind you, so you can vote and help her, like win this award and this title. The second person. Now we have Silvani, my right arm today, Silvani Neri. Sil, you saved my life this year, you know. Thank you very much. Uh, Introduce yourself to everyone. So I'm very happy to be here. Too many faces, too many stories, too many nights, sleepless nights with many of you here. Yeah, I was a jammer and I was the organizer. And now I have this challenge with Leo, so we can bring more novelties like 2022, 23. I am his right arm. At this moment here in the panel, I will talk about many different roles. So I will ask for your kind patient. We have lots of stories to tell. I'm very emotional about it. Thank you. And the third person, and the first time that I'm going to say that, is my shark, my preferred shark, the one that I like the most, the one that helped us the most, my friend, Carol Pfeiffer. Too bad that she is a cheer for Palmeiras, you know. But, you know, it's another kind of investment. You know, don't be jealous. Pleasure being here with all of you. It's a pleasure like to follow this journey that Ian has created and everything that you were doing in the game. So I had the privilege to get to know all of you, something that I wanted to connect for quite a while. And I believe in the size of this segment and this sector, and mostly, as you've mentioned before, the power that it has over education. So it's not, just connect the video games, but something that the company is really looking at. And it's not because of my soccer team, but it's the investment initiative, and we provide support to all the investments that we make. And I'm very proud, and my partner. Thank you.
By the way, I'm sorry not going to the mentorship this morning, but I was busy, I couldn't. And the last person to mediate this panel, my partner, Juliana Brito. Hand of applause to her. Ju, were you in the mentorship this morning? Yeah, I was gonna send you a message this morning, but I said, no, I won't, because she'll be sleeping. Let's skip it. Well, thank you very much. I am CEO of Engehiru, that is a spin-off of Gamejamplus, and it's a pleasure to be working with you here. I have no background in the games industry, only as a gamer, because I'm addicted to it. But it's a pleasure to be working in this industry and being together with all of you. Thank you very much. I think I was caught by surprise here because I guess I am the mediator of the panel, right? I don't know. Anyways, I'll start here, and the goal of this panel is that everyone shows a little bit of their understanding on the games industry and from the point of view of investors, a shark, or as a professional, sports professional, and a supporter of Game Jam Plus. So in the order of presentation, we can start from there on. And okay, let me introduce my a little bit. I am Nicole Mehi, and I'm known by my nick Cherry Gums, and I started on games when I was a child, but in 2016 I was a professional gamer of a big company in the game industry. 60s. I was the only one in Latin America winning, playing this championship. In 2019, I was a Forbes Under 30, and today I am nominee as a Personality of the Year in the Global Sports Award, along with the best players and figures on sports. And I'm here to say that women can only be gamers and work on gamers, invest. The women can be whatever they want. So that's it. Okay, now it's my turn. My voice is not that good because I've also already shouted and yelled a lot this week, a lot of emotions. I am Simbavani Neres, if you don't know me. I work with technology, games, and education. And it's a challenge to be here in these three areas, first separately and then in connection to the areas. And I started on games when I was still very strong in the technology area. There is some guys from Cicobi here, and during 90 the development of systems in Cicobi Bahia. When I arrived there, the sector didn't even exist in the company. So it's a pleasure to see Cicobi here being represented. And in the technology area, I started understanding that I would like to know the methodologies of the company. So this was my look to understand how companies work, departments work, and from that on, improve processes and technology governance and corporate governance and so on. There's a time in life that I wanted to look at more to the colors of life, see more fun and understand why games are so attractive. And I searched for it, and now game is already mainstream. This is the success that Secretary mentioned before. So I started in the games universe. With the analogic games, I took a course on the process of creating games, and from that on, I'm improving my processes and teaching in the S system and game design. I am a mentor of creative learning in Instituto Anísio Teixeira, creating all the educators in the state of Bahia, and we are here with the Director of Innovation, Rubin. So it's a great challenge, and the area of education in Bahia follows a format that we understand how important it is to stimulate creative learning and bring new methodologies, new practices to the process. In Game Jam Plus, I started by chance. I was kind of sent to the process of enrollment of a game jam that is today one of the greatest marathons in the development of games for cis and trans women and non-binary. So I was a jammer, and I would try to organize a little bit more. And in 2020, I had the international team and mentors as well, and I was invited to go to Recife, and then it became Recife and São Luís because we accepted another state to organize. Last year, for the first time, I could take the headquarters to Salvador, bringing this challenge as well to support our scenario. This year, I had great expectations that the Bahia area will have many groups of game jam there. And from November on, I'm facing this challenge of restructuring all the edition, and we have a lot of surprises to you, to all those involved, bringing social impact and transformation and in culture, in businesses, and in technology. So that's it. Thank you very much. Well, I am Carol Paiva. I am a shark, and I participated on the 3 season, and I am in the 7th season of the program. That's when I met Game Jam Plus. I've been on the financial market for 17 years, literally half relation. So one thing that called my attention a lot was why people don't invest. And this is to lack of knowledge and fear, limiting beliefs. So how many beliefs we have in the world of games, how many obstacles, how many prejudice we have. So I studied a little bit more on education. So the company is half education because we teach people to enter the stock market and we hire the ones that go well. So I told her that it's quite similar to the games teams because we hire people to operate there on the stock market. So you train the professional and then it is a profession. As we have professional gamers, we have professional traders and people don't know that they can make money with that. And I've always teased everyone telling me that no, they can play well. And I said, why don't you learn the stocks? Because it's easier. I can prove that it's much more difficult to win a game than winning on the stock market because you are not competing with other people. You are simply buying and selling and you do that in a short time. So it has always called my attention to have this university. So I made my master's in education and technology to know how people would learn better. And I searched for people to develop games to me. So to develop games where we have the stock markets being born. So my first game was developed. It was huge because it was not easy to find professionals, especially when you know nothing about programming. So the next life I want to be a nerd so that I won't suffer on that. And the second game was much better. That is Trader's Life. Obviously, your feedback will be very important to me because we developed a game where we have a professor teaching and you progress, you earn money, you change your home so that you teach not only kids, but you make people understand that they can learn easier. And from that on, we had a cartoon that is a cartoon that we have along with the Ministry of Education, and it will be available at all public schools to teach financial education for free. So this is an investment that I made, and obviously, as I would be on Shark talking about the Uber of the games world, I think it was wonderful to explain that he could connect what was going on worldwide. And so when he entered, and I said, well, okay, I'm in. So I guess this is, I mean, the program is also entertainment. We cannot say that at first we have some mystery, we pressure a little bit and so on. But everyone there would be wondering to participate. So it's not easy because the post operation is the hardest part, and I would like it too much to participate, but how to add that, how to potentialize that. And from that on, we talk to each other every week, and they was joking here, asking if I participated on the mentorship because we gamify the way we speed up the companies we invest. So all of them have mentorship. So we bring guests to talk about digital market and finances, HR to improve all that. They are part of a WhatsApp group where they mentor themselves, so we speed up the people. And as this mentorship is an obligation, if you don't participate, you lose points. And if you win in this gamification, this journey, you earn more capital and awards and travels and so on. So we brought this game environment because in the end of the day, people need that. This is a motivation. Competition makes you want to be better. Not to compete only to be better, but to see your progression. And in the business world, it wouldn't be different. So when you gather the two universes, it's fun, it's pleasure, and the result is what we see here, this beautiful thing taken to the whole world. Wonderful, Carol. So when everyone has the highest score, I would like to see what goes on, because everyone is dedicated. Very nice. So we don't have too much time, but I would like to make one more question to all of you. Cherry, where do you see the future of the esport as a player? And what is the tip you give to those who want to enter the market, mainly girls? Because we had a female panel here that was beautiful. So how do you enter? How do you behave on this market? And how is it growing so far? Well, I think we need to be a little didactic because not everyone here can understand what is esports. And as a curiosity, the city of Rio is here with the city hall, and we'll have in the end of the year one of the major championships in the computer games and children's games, movies, music that has also synergy. So, as a matter of curiosity, this big ecosystem only in 2021 was $176 billion. If we gather music and movies, we don't have the revenue of games in general. And in this ecosystem, we have a niche called esports, electronic sports. There are some modalities, some competition games like League of Legends, CSGO, Free Fire, that I just saw a picture of game gamer in a modality of ramp 60s in 2016 when it was launched in the end of 2015. So I won my boom in media when I was 19. Today I'm 25. I was the first professional gamer. When I was 19, I was competing against a lot of people, a lot of men. I couldn't imagine the growth of the scenario. I was first a lover of it. I wanted to be the first always. I started playing as a hobby and I studied law, but if you go there, you see my whole journey as a professional gamer. And then in 2017, I followed as an organizer in the Black Channels, and soon you see in the media one of other partners in the home, one investors, big partners of communication here. But I started as a professional gamer. I realized at first I would have money to invest in the team because it's very expensive. I was only 19. I've never had money in my life. I started as a digital influencer. Today I'm a global ambassador of Intel and brands like Nike, Acer, and many other brands. And how is this? It's the main topic. Well, we have four girls talking about games here, and it's not only because we are women, but because we know as much as men. And I'm pretty sure this is a hostile scenario because for many years women didn't have the same access to technology, information as men. So games that would be technology wouldn't be different. It would be the same. But we are changing that. So how to be a professional gamer?
Getting the game, getting the team, and then I'm a little bit nervous today because maybe my Black Gems became the champion in the pre-fire, like in the world. So we took the award of 1 million here as of today. So, but this is it. This is a scenario that doesn't stop growing. It would be a naivety, like not to classify the professional gamers as athletes, and also would be a little bit of a arrogance and not knowledge of the scenario, not to categorize them as athletes and sports, because we have many different championships happening in the world. And we have things happening here in Rio de Janeiro, the Chanel Arena, that will bring lots of investments to the city, to our country. It's a sector that doesn't stop growing. As Carol said, that she always wanted to invest. And also we see this niche of games. I would like to invite all of you like to get to know more about esports. Go get in the teams on Instagram, on Google, because it's a scenario that once you get in, you fall in love. You will leave soccer on the side and you will begin playing and finding the competition of esports. So basically this is it, and I'm very proud to be here and congratulate all of you because like this increases this importance of the scenario of games in Brazil, and this will increase our power as a nation. Thank you very much. Still, a different perspective on the side of the devil. We know that you have a lot of problems. We have many artists, creative people, and we need to change, make money out of it. Because at the end of the day, we want to live out of our dream, and we need to finance it. So here you are, like following these jammers here, and many at the same time in many different countries at once. So I'd like you to bring your perspective. How, when you look at to the game as a business, and what kind of tips would you leave to the jammers and those who are watching us, and how to get into this last stage of launching a game and make money out of it? Very good question. So the $1 million question, I'll tell you a little bit about Brazilian perspective and then try to get like a world perspective. We have like two poles here, like in the first moment when we talk about development and thinking about the artistic side of the development. So the artist bringing this natural look. We are investing here with my game, and this is my story, and people that I like that are creating with me. So this story that I would like to tell. But we have to tell different stories, and we also have to tell stories for the other, not only for ourselves. So who is the other that you want to tell the story? So if this other one somehow doesn't have like income, like to pay for the story to continue being told for a longer time, so then you need to add other players that will bring resources so this story will continue to be told. So summarizing, that's about it. But I would like to take this opportunity about telling story, and you talk about the future of esports, thinking about the future of games. I believe that the future of games will involve like telling more stories, and also telling stories not only mainstream that will meet like the international needs, but also local stories, because here we have people from different places in the world, and I am one of the defenders, like to tell our own local stories. So when we talk about games, we talk about culture as well. So let's bring the local culture so that the whole world knows stories that are happening like in Colombia. And I say Colombia because recently we had something important there that is happening in the Philippines, in Macedon, and that is happening in the northeast of the country here. So we must tell our stories. And then bringing this scenario, going back to money. So Japan has a very interesting model because Japan produces a lot abroad, and then they talk with the international scenario, but they also have a production that looks inwards. Many people do not know because it remains there in the local culture. So it stays there. It should be in your radar as devers that you can follow both ways, that not only these two ways, you can also design other pathways. As long as you have this build up of strategy and you can deliver results for each one of the stakeholders. So first, where do I want to get? And how long? Do I have the necessary skills for doing that? And then do I need more people? Do I have money like to pay for the production? Or do I need like support, like financial support? How much? So these are the questions that you must ask yourselves. And also, like, for how long do I want to stay doing this? The experience that I want to do just for 3 months or for 3 years. So for how long do I want to pay for this story? So that the thing that with the investment from the family and friends and so on, we have other kinds of investments that we have people explaining that the different possibilities of investments. So one of the challenges that we have for 22, 23, trying to close the narrative of this conversation here, that we look at the scenario, we look at how to cap this money, and then you devers, we can talk about business at the moment that you are producing the games in 3 days. So it's a challenge, yes it is, but not, let's not think only about the idea, but where we want to get. So in October, that we have the dates already, we have the schedule of the whole edition, and we have the date and the time of next year edition. So you build up these games thinking about this moment that we are here now on stage, and then we refine the cycle, we learn more, and then everyone here that's been here for quite a long time in the game scenario, you basically, this is it. So great, Sue, excellent, boy. And now, closing this panel, Carol will tell us how to invest in the games. How is this part of investment in games? So investors can see it. We have a startup market, risk investments involved. So games that is risk involved, but startups are startups, but they are also a creative area. So you gather like the audiovisual market and the startups. You have risks on both sides, but it's still a profitable side. How are you navigating and how the financial market is looking at the gaming area? So first of all, it's a market that, according to investors, especially when we are talking about Brazil, investors are very conservative. Not too long ago, we had like people in jail. So if people are learning now how to invest, and we are talking about the startups and the investors are taking more risks. So during the pandemic, we had a drop with the interest rate in Brazil, and then people mobilized themselves to take more risks. And then we talked about the startups market, but people were more willing more to invest in this market, understanding more about what is happening in the world of startups. And I still believe that it's the same thing for the gaming world, because the investor is what kind of return, or how do we make money with that? The amounts that are created, are they in fact going to monetize and going to remain? This is the challenge that we always have when we want to attract investor, because this is the question that they will ask. No one is going to put money to lose, but you want to put money in to multiply. So this is another important point. And then you find the right investor for your business. So who is looking at the world of games? Companies that might be interested, investors that would be interested. As we said, we had numerous startups and numberless companies. We have several different kinds of games and categories. So which one has more to do what I'm looking for, the one that can be more profitable? And it's difficult for the investor only like to put money in and then become a hostage, not understanding anything about the segment or sector. So in my case, I began looking at the segment, as I said, from the educational point of view, the games that can bring education, and then you can understand how they can remain, they can last longer, more actively, because there is a logic behind to add on a daily basis and be part of a process. So it depends on what the investor is looking for, what they want from that. But more and more, I think that people understood the size of this market. You presented the numbers. Ian showed some numbers that I got scared because, it's a lot of money. And you got scared. Another piece of data here that I was very happy to know, the number of women, wonderful. Because it's been quite a while that I haven't heard like a segment that we are actually dominant and not fashion, marketing, and so on. So these numbers are awesome and they speak for themselves. And if you have a market that is highly profitable, where people are present and you have people with money, you have revenue, you have return, not only investment, how you are going to make money, but impact that it has. Because at the end of the day, it's if you have a lot of people using it and playing or watching like a soccer game, nothing against soccer here, okay? But we have to induce people like to live. Well, I play soccer, but both, no problem, okay? But more and more, so why not? You have soccer. Very recently, I am from Palmeiras, but now I'm cheering for Vasco. Why a female team makes less money than male players? Because male players are more watched. So a game will be more valuable if you have more players, more audience, more championships. So this is the logic of the investment. Investors will look and say, can that scale? Can we have more people, more impact? And then we'll have more return. But once again, getting back, you have a very important role here, like to educate people, not only the market, that there is a potential here for you to become professionals, but also to educate investors, to understand opportunities that are in front of them in this segment that is so big. So more and more, this is going to grow, and we will have more opportunities. But there is something important here. Companies are also looking for that. And this called my attention. If I bring problems and you bring more and more, not only a game will look for the investors, but investors will be looking for the game words, like to find solutions. I have money here in my company, I have problems, so bring me solutions. And I think that this has a huge impact and not giving a spoiler, but something that we want to do in the Game Jam Plus in a program like a reality, like the Short Tank Brazil. So to bring this and tease people, and I strongly believe through media, internet, we can educate both investors and also those who know how to code, develop, and understand that, okay, you have to develop something that people want, and this is going to be a shorter pathway for you to make money. So more and more, Brazil is a pioneer in this segment. Great, so wonderful panel. Thank you for your participation. Thank you. Congratulations.
Okay, now the moment we were waiting for. We have a lot of chats, a lot of communication, many things happening in this wonderful community, but we want to know who are the best games at Game Plus. Let me introduce myself if you don't know me. I am Chris Brandão. I've been working in the game industry, supporting games industry in many projects, and I fell in love with this project of Game Jam Plus. And I've been working since the organizers in 2018 in São Paulo. And then I became one of the partners thinking about the strategy and expansion of the project. And it's an honor to be here presenting to you some of the awards. But I would like to come back to the stage, Nicole and Pedro Caixa. I'll help invite the champions. And yes, then we want call the champions. Well, this is my best outfit, and it's not that good to be in this, on the stage with these two people. Well, oh, by the way, she introduced herself. Let me introduce myself, okay? Can you hear me? We don't have so much return here as they do, but anyway, introduce yourself to people so that they know what you do. So I am a TikToker. So okay, not this joke, but anyways, I am a game developer and one of the greatest influencers in Brazil on the development of games. And today I'm also a partner of some brands like Itaú and Mitz today. And I started with the content on education, on showing people how it is to develop games and make lives and videos showing programming. And in 2020, I started my own game, and since the first code, the first drawing, the whole process of creating the game was documented on the internet. And today, I could mainly on TikTok grow a lot, creating content. And you can't grow on TikTok if you don't dance. So I would like to talk about design and game design, but I ended up creating uh, a league of fans without even launching my first game. Well, this is wonderful because the two people here on the stage introducing this award do what is the greatest challenge for the game dever. That is what we do at Game J Plus. We try to help them to connect to the audience. So your voice is heard by many people, and we want your voices, devers, to be heard by many people. So it's an honor to be here on stage with you. So let's start with the first award. And there was no award to open this night if not the best diversity game. Diversity is on the DNA of Game Jam Plus. Diversity is what makes Game Jam Plus exist. Diversity of narratives, points of view, geographies, genders, ethnicities. This is Game Jam Plus, and that's why I would like to call this award on diversity because it is very important in this industry. Yes, not only to the industry, but to all of us. Yes, if we think the world is diverse and games, as we have a dominance of international companies, we don't see so many diversity, and bringing that to the games is very important to all of us. It's a wonderful thing, and games bringing that is perfect. Okay, so let's see what was the game bringing this dimension of diversity stronger in this cycle of Game Jam Plus. Okay, come here. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Please, the floor is yours. Come on, guys. I'm nervous. I thank you for the award. Thank you very much. This game is our project. Not only this, but we have 14 people in the team, 14 people working hard, and they worked overnight in the end to develop this game. And it's curious because we thought about this wonderful character that had no identity. It wouldn't be a boy nor a girl. And that's why we did that. Okay, I don't know what to say. Please help me. Well, it's beautiful because the character is weak in the beginning and they get the colors and gets stronger. So this is the view of a person that has no gender, and so there is no difference in color and nothing like this. You have the view of an evolved person that is the view of everything, the genders, our concepts. So this is powerful. We need to value that and value all the beings and all the ways of living and this experience of changing that in our environment. Well, I'm too nervous, but anyways, I am a fan of Game Jam Plus and many other events, and being here is a dream come true. As Kelly said, the character was thought not having gender because the idea is that anyone could imagine being that character. So it could be a boy or a girl, a trans boy, anyone could do that, and the, anyone can see themselves in that character. That's the idea. So thank you very much. Your game is wonderful. Thank you. Congratulations. And now the second award. Can I read the category? The category is education. Education, the best educational game in all the editions. Game J Plus wants categories that are social and national sense. Okay, so education is another dimension of the games, and many people believe games are only entertainment and playing, but we have a potential of impacting the education with games, and this game awarded here did that very well. So please, the best educational game. Okay, who will talk on behalf of the team for this award? Well, everyone can say something, but be brief, please. Well, we are very thrilled. We are shaking here, but good evening. Good evening, Game Jam Plus Brazil. It's wonderful for us to be here because it was a very challenging process and we connected a lot as a team. We get closer and closer. We have a lot of support of the mentors and everyone working here. And I don't even know what to say because we are just shaking here. I would like to thank mainly these people who are here with me, who created this game, this beautiful game that you can play and know. Your turn, Carol. Come on, the game, well, was, I mean, everything happened. The idea was there at Game Jam. We met there at the event. It was all by chance, you know. There was the idea and we did everything and it's a lot of success. So I'm very happy to be here with all of them and I'll tell you, if you have an idea, run for it, make it work because it will be successful. Well, at least it was to us. Very nice. Well, we truly believe on education. Since little kids, since toddlers, they need all the attention, and it's a very important niche. And I would like to thank all the mentors, especially Antonio Durão, who is always cheering us up, making us grow. And it's also very nice to be here. It has never happened before with us here. We could never imagine that we would be able to participate on such a wonderful game jam, having such a wonderful award, and it shows that even when a game that is focused on children with lullabies and children's song, when we do all that, we can have a lot of quality and a lot of result here at Game Jam Plus. So thank you very much. You must know this game, Itsy Bitsy, on the educational part. It uses lullabies and changes it in gaming. So we have the butterfly, the Mr. Frog, all that with the songs changed into gameplay, and the Itsy Bitsy Spider. I had the opportunity of playing your game in Brasilia. It's very good. Congratulations. Truly, it's a success. Congratulations. The next category is a strong one. If you have computer programming, this is strong. So this is the best computer game. Well, so now to the next category. This is the category that many people start producing games for this platform. That is the platform that many people use as the only one. We are talking about PCs. If you are a PC gamer, let's see what is the game that was considered the best PC game in Game Jam Plus. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Well, first I would like to thank for the award and also congratulate the whole team that couldn't be here today because it was a very big team, but probably they are following live. So congratulate all the team participating that couldn't be here because they are following live. And also thank for the award once again. I would like I would like to thank everyone from Game Jam. We've always had a lot of support. The team worked a lot just for the game idea. We took 6 hours, so it's not easy. We struggled a lot, but we had to deal with many different moods. And if you know that, you know how hard it is to do that. But we dedicated and we could do that. It's a very good feeling to be here. And thank you if you played your game. And I would just like to mention one thing in your game. I don't know if you could see, but they are the crazy ones creating card games. That is very difficult, and they started by to mobile, and the mentorship made them understand the potential of that for PCs, and you see how important mentorship is to help the project take the next step. So congratulations on balancing all that and on the difficulty of making a game like that work. Yeah, congratulations. PC games are hard work. Congratulations.
All right, we talked about PC, and now we have to talk about games in this black box that is in everyone's pocket that made the game industry explode past decade. And we're talking about the mobile games, games for mobile phones, a category that he is well used to working with it. Well, I've been developing with some mobile games. But what is interesting about the mobile industry is the biggest one in the world of games. It's bigger than consoles and PCs, but we made it democratic in terms of the game. So people do not need to spend a lot of the game in a top of the line computer or console that it's very difficult for Brazilians to have access to. So we see the impact that we had with some games in Brazil. So have a good mobile game, it's very difficult. Not only it's difficult, but we have big names here in Brazil as one of the biggest ones in the world are here in Brazilian, and we have lots of things to contribute. So big companies, one of the biggest companies, a unicorn here in Brazil. So now let's find out what is the best game for mobile. It's a Beats Spider Friends. So, wow. So, once again on stage, congratulations again. Congratulations. Oh, we are speechless. Thank you. So just one comment about your game. So how to win two games, educative games like in mobile among all the games? How did you make it happen? Like in your gameplay, to have this interaction with touch, many different mini games with a very innovative idea. So you deserve this award. And then you can sing the game. So there is a prejudice that educative games is not cool, but you show that yes, it is. You know that can be very fun, a lot of merit. One of the things, one of our points of view that are most important that we can not only like deal with education, but in a fun way, like a ludicrous way, fun to learn for children that people that have heard of like popular songs like children like the Itsy Bitsy Spider, the most classical ones that went up on the wall. But we create a scenario like that, and for kids and for parents, this is amazing, and it's possible not only like to have a game with songs for kids, but other areas in a ludicrous way, fun and very pleasant, like to learn. So congratulations, all of you. Okay, and then moving on to the technical categories. So many different dimensions of the game. So we know the power of the games to make it like emerge in histories like not other media. No film, no book, song that can do what games can do with stories. And now we will award like the best narrative. So one of the best narratives in your life that touched you, like well, some, many, some that touch us very deeply. Like a narrative is the most important part of the game. So Life Strangers 2 is the only one that I finished like crying heavily because it's a game that showed this relationship that I feel with my brother, this power that the game to be interactive. You have this empathy with the narrative that you are living no other media can cause. So narrative in game is one of the most, if not the most important aspect. So let's see which game explored this dimension the best way this year. Strokes of the Past from Costa Rica. So please come to the stage. All right.
You for this amazing prize. We are more than excited. Um, More than anything, we are so thankful for our teammates that sadly cannot come with us, because without them, we wouldn't be here at all. We're thankful for the Dannies that helped us with writing and music. We're thankful for Gabby that helped us with art, and thanks to Jose for helping us with coding. But more than anything, we're thankful for Emilio, that actually was the leading artist for the game. I think it's obvious that he was amazing with the art. He gave the soul and purpose to our games. So we are more than thankful for them.
And not only that, also thanks to our team from the first stage of the Game Jam. That was Juan Diego that helped us with the music. Kenichi Hayakawa that helped us with the narrative, the first narrative of the game. And Antonia Choi that helped us scripting too. And we couldn't even be more grateful for this recognition.
Thanks for the Game Jam
Thank
Plus.
you so much.
And ustedes pueden...
Yeah, I know, I'm shaking. Also, thank you all for the Game Jam Plus for giving us this chance, and Sidev for hosting the Jam on Costa Rica. Yeah.
Realmente muchas gracias por la oportunidad. Estamos súper agradecidos. And yeah, it was amazing. It was
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you again.
Muito obrigado, galera. Pura vida!
Okay, so now in the next category, we are talking about an interactive media like audio visual. So what would be from the visual without the audio? So let's observe and hear what is the game that worked the best this sound design dimension. So do you remember something memorable, something that worked, and then Hellblade 1, so a game that talks about like mental health. So the character is schizophrenic, and there is a voice in her mind. So the sound design is 50 or more than in the immersion of the game. So it's very important. So one of the games of my life. So 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 we have like a soundtrack that is amazing. So better than most of the rock CDs. So the best sound design. Meet me on the mountain. Mix it. Ouch.
Congrats, guys.
I'll explain in English for you to understand. They both get the same score, and the jury cannot choose between the both of these games. So 2 prizes for 2 awesome games in the sound design. So congratulations for you. Please, first of all, mix it.
Well, although I'm one of the... aunque el equipo es un equipo grande y trabajamos muchas personas, la persona que está encargada del game design era Coco, entonces creo que el sound design es Coco, entonces creo que puede hablar mejor del juego. Y estamos muy emocionados por toda la actividad, ha sido demasiado nutritivo para nosotros, estamos muy agradecidos.
Bueno, estamos muy felices, como dice Dustin, la verdad, no esperábamos llegar hasta acá en ninguna de las etapas. Siempre decíamos como, bueno, esta es la última, pero por dicha lo disfrutamos. Entonces, thank you so much, and I don't know what to say.
Hello, sorry, English.
Please.
But yeah, I'm actually really proud of my team because I worked with 2 amazing musicians back at home, and we really wanted to create a cinematic feel for our game. And I'm just proud and thankful. So congratulations to us. Yeah.
Congratulations,
Oh
congratulations.
my God. It's incredible.
Ok, bueno, muchas gracias. Como ellos dicen, en todas las etapas no sabíamos qué íbamos a pasar, digamos, estábamos como, ya llegamos hasta aquí, pongámosle todo lo que podamos, digamos. Estamos muy felices, la experiencia, yo nunca he salido del país, de mi país nunca he ido a otro lado. Es impresionante, las personas son muy cálidas, los queremos mucho, pura vida.
Estamos enamorados de Costa Rica y Filipinas. Thank you, thank you. E se o visual não seria nada sem o áudio também não seria nada.
The audio wouldn't be anything without the sound, and sound is nothing without the audio. So many passions involved. So it's an effort of a whole entire year, like a dream that lasts for about a year. So as a dev, you know, I understand the emotion that they're feeling. So we all know. So how many nights, you know, like not sleeping, like liters of coffee, like dawns, you know, we know the effort. And now the next category is another dimension, artistic dimension, essential to the games, which is the category of the art direction, the visual aspects of this wonderful media that may have different aesthetic styles, so many different and innovative. So for that matter, so what game, something that I used to say that I had never seen this before. So for those who know Greece, so Greece is a game that you look at the art direction, I don't even know how to say it. It's just amazing. And the game tells an incredible story without not saying anything. It's just like music and art of that game. So it's one of the most important aspects is art direction. So I think that the last game that I played, that everyone, Horizon, so the second game, like came as a big hit. So it's important in the programming, like the effect, exactly what you're seeing. So Horizon is something that I got in love with. So Trivia, like part of the soundtrack was made here by a Brazilian company. All right, so now let's see which game conquered the jurors in this art category.
Well, many thanks, and I guess, of course, I mean, we're a really small team. Our two other compatriots couldn't make it here, but thanks a lot, Leo and Manuel. Of course, without their help, this wouldn't be possible. And I mean, we always have thought that, I mean, we need to look like to the first word for competition, but there's a lot of competition in this room. And it's very nice to have some friends among you, because we are going to, I mean, we are going to have to talk to you before we launch our games, so we don't have to compete never again with you. Thanks a lot.
Well, making games is pretty difficult. I think everybody here knows this. It's also very worth it, but especially in Latin America, there aren't many chances to get your games discovered or financed. So I hope we can see more events like this that can help us, small developers. So yeah, in the name of our whole team and probably all game developers, thank you. And let's keep on making games.
E, gente, vocês precisam ver, por favor. You need to see, all you, I'll talk it for you in a second. This 2.5D art and this absolutely unique art style of the game. It's really, really interesting. Please take a look at this game because you well deserve this art. And it's anything like I see before in terms of style. So I like the diversity of point of views, like you said, because I know that your background, your artistic background is embodied into this game. So congratulations. Pois é, gente.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Very beautiful to see that, right? It's very beautiful to see it. Well, we have a lot of awards, but the last one in this first part is to summarize the soul of the game, that is game design. Come on, it doesn't matter if you have arts, music, or marketing, or nothing that is important if you don't have a good game design and a well done game design. This is the soul of the game. This is interaction and how you put out that in this wonderful media. So without any further ado, I would like you to tell me what is the game that you say, I've never interacted with a game design to break my mind and I wouldn't expect the game to do that with me. Well, I cannot say anything. I think it's Portal. Yes, Portal is wonderful. So very good, nice choice. So let's see what is the best game design.
Yeah. Well, for the game design, we always focus on making it fun to play. We want to recreate the experience we have with our favorite games. And yeah, that's our main concept, and we hope we can keep it, I don't know, fun.
And I heard you are brothers.
Oh, yes.
So,
Yeah.
brothers working together in a game, that is difficult or easy?
I don't know. We've always been. We've always worked as a team. Thankfully, no problems there.
No punches yet.
Yeah.
Yet. But it was awesome. In the same game, you get the best game design and best art. It's a game with everything to make a huge success out there. So congratulations about that.
Congratulations,
Thank you very much.
guys.
Bem,
Well, we still have a lot of awards ahead of us. The best games in the whole world, many things to see. So let's have a break. But before the break, 10-minute breaks to stand up, stretch a little bit, drink some water. If you want to be here, there will be an interesting video to watch. But before the break, we'll watch an important video showing that games have a lot to give to the world. That is much more than just fun. The games have the power to face the biggest challenges of our generations, that are the climate issues, to avoid these climate apocalypses that may happen. So we need to pay careful attention to this, and games may be the tool for that. So let's see a video showing that, and we'll leave the stage, and after the video you can have your break and we'll be back. Please watch the video. Every day we have devastating news on how nature is being damaged, and many times we feel we can do nothing to change this reality. We have hope on a more promising future. I am Pedro Teixeira. Today I am here representing Natitude. I am a game producer. I'm graduated in international trade, and I'm also an agriculture. So anything related to environmental awareness attracts me. Natitudes won in Gamejamplus in 2020. We started with a proposal to get this environmental issue because half of the team were professors concerned about it, about awareness to the environment. So the game has a playability like Candy Crush. It's a matching game. You have to match three pieces to destroy that part on the screen. So in the Crypto Force, you help the characters with their plants and animals, and they challenge and take care of an agroforest in a village or in a garden that is nice, and that will be their territory. In this territory, you can improve it, bring more animals, more plants, and with that, you expand and you take care of your whole forest. This concern are going beyond fun and taking the gamers to know more about environmental protection is for sure an inspiration for you devers to make a difference on the world with your art. The goal is to give this perception on taking care of the nature in a playful way. Everything generated there will also be taken to the real impact to the world with incentives to projects of reforestation that are in fact happening. So people will play, have fun, be aware, and help agroforest and reforestation. So that's it, guys. Thank you. 10-minute break now. Please don't be late so that we keep up with the Continental Awards and the main awards of the night. Thank you. Okay, let's come back to our seats. Let's go, let's go. Okay, let's go. You had time to drink some water, relax, prepare your hearts, and now we have the Continental Awards. I would like to have a trivia here with you. Who here knows by heart the country of all the flags we can see here? What country is this? No, no, if you are from the country, no, don't say it. What country is this one? This one. Zambia. Have you heard about Namibia or Zambia games? Okay. Okay, I haven't heard about these countries until I get here, and somehow we have people from these countries coming to Rio to talk and show their games. So this power of Game Jam Plus and our industry of finding out talents wherever we are, even if we couldn't even imagine there were people playing games and making games, this is the power of Game Jam Plus. And our award is for these continents and the set of countries and games developed at all continents of the world, okay, except for Oceania so far, and we'll bring them to the stage. The first award, we talked about their country here before, Namibia. Tutalane.
Thanks, Tuta. This guy is absolutely hero, trying to organize the industry in Africa, in his country, connecting with other places in Africa also.
Yes.
So I'm really flattered to have you here to give this prize of the best game from Africa.
Sí.
But before, I want to hear for you the importance to exist some event that brings the community of game developers in Africa to the stage and to the highlights.
Just repeat that.
What's the importance of events
yes.
that brings the game developers in Africa to these highlights?
So what it's doing is that it's bringing awareness to the game development market in Africa. As everyone knows, we have a lot of game developers, but there aren't any platforms for them to showcase it. So with an event like Gamejamplus, we have a lot of people coming interested now, wanting to create games and wanting to compete. So the next challenge that we have as African Game Jam is how do we sustain it? So we want to sustain the game development market so that it just doesn't become a thing where you create a game and that's it. but we want you to create a game and make money off it. And we also want to promote women in Africa with games.
Então temos aqui, we have here, I think we had Zambia, Madagascar, South Africa, Namibia, Cabo Verde, Ethiopia, and that's it, the countries from Africa.
Nigeria.
Nigeria, oh, of course, Nigeria. Sorry.
No problem.
And now, from all these different countries, which one of them are the winner of the African prize of Gamejamplus? Ethiopia. So here, Ethiopia.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Ethiopia are not here.
Okay.
Well, representing Ethiopia here today, I'll give to Tuta.
This is actually, I don't know if you guys believe in dreams, but this is actually weird because the first time I went into game development, I dropped out of university, not university, but mechanical engineering. So, and then the first time I traveled was to Ethiopia, and we created our first game with 14 different countries called Enter Africa. So Ethiopia is a place that has a very special place to my heart. Even though I'm not Ethiopian, this is a fate, dreams. So hopefully we can send this to Ethiopia so that we can give the winner. But this is a huge coincidence that the first time I went into game development was through Ethiopia. Now, a few years later, through Gamejamplus, Ethiopia wins.
Yeah. That's really awesome. And I would love to see Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia. It's a beautiful place. It's
Definitely.
an awesome place.
Yes.
Thanks, Tuta.
Thanks.
Bem, voltando.
Okay, so now moving back to our language, and I said that because I want to call here someone who fell in love, like not so many, like our dear Antonio Duran. So here's the one who is going to give the award of the best game in Asia. I would like you just like to be very brief and talk to this international community and that you are now representing here, like to give this award to Asian. Thank you very much. Those who know me know the passion that I have about the development of video games. But I felt in love about the different ecosystems because since 2018 I began understanding the impact that this platform has in the local ecosystems, and then I began working mostly in my city, and because of that we became a development in Portugal, and now it's in the Mozambique, Cape Green. And we began conducting some projects, and I also had a class about a month ago, like talking ecosystems like Brazilian and Namibia. We joined the ecosystems, and now after this game jam, we will connect other ecosystems because we work together, and the learnings make us move forward. And I had a very interesting conversation with my dear friend Mateus, and then so it's like we talk about like connecting the dots. Each one of us is a dot, and sometimes it's difficult like to connect the dots. And so education, people, and society will be better. most likely this generation that is about to come is the only one that didn't know anything about games. So we have a power in our hands, a political, social, cultural, and economic. And we will use it like to do the good. And then if we are successful and make money, then this is great. Thank you. And then like from the hands of Antonio Durão, we will call the best game in Asia.
Proudly, I give you this prize. That's absolutely fantastic.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I don't know what else to say, but thank you. And again, congratulations to my team. Just want to share that this is our first game ever, and we're really proud. We didn't even expect to get through the first round, and now we're here. So yeah. Also, thank you so much to Antonio, our mentor.
I need to say one thing about the game in Philippines, because they spend hours to get the mentorship. We know that the time zone difference between the mentors and you in Philippines are huge. So tell me about how is get the mentorship with all these differences of times?
Well, that's an easy question. It's actually kind of funny. I'm just awake at Brazil hours. So that's why we also made a joke that I should just move here, because here I'm a productive member of society and I wake up at 7 a.m. here. Yeah.
Eu dei mentoria a alguns jogos que aqui estão. Não sei se há...
In the mentorship of some games that you don't know here, we have some enthusiastic, and I had heard during the process in some mentorship, and I was in the mentorship, and then WhatsApp was completely mute. And then when I was sleeping, I woke up and the process kept up. And one day, the last day, I was completely scared because there was no news and I didn't know if I could submit my project or not. And they said, well, let's go to the second part. And the last minute, I could get my WhatsApp being blue. And I said, wow, she read it, she received it. Wonderful, you did. Okay.
So this is so rich in terms of opportunities and companies, but surprised us with different countries that we usually do not see in the industry of games. And then to talk and bring this,
it's really hard to decide who was more engaged, Daniela or Antonio. Both are really passionate about this. And I want you to tell a little bit about how is to organize this event, especially in Macedonia.
Well, before we hit in Macedonia and the community experience with this kind of events, but somehow we felt that there is something missing to connect community more. And that was actually the main thing why we got in this event. What happened next, how we got to here was a huge surprise. Actually, that was much, much more than we expected and that we were, I don't know, I even don't know that if we somehow still dreaming in this event. So yes, making the event was actually not that hard because your team was somehow woke up 24 hours a day And whenever I was feeling that I don't have energy, somebody from your team, mainly Janine, would be here to cheer me up. So actually we did the event mostly because your team was working hard to keep us inspiring.
That's the power of our partnerships around the world. Thank you, Daniela. And now you will give the prize for the best game in Europe.
Yes.
Please take a look. The best game. Please come to the stage to receive this prize.
Hi, well, first I'd like to thank Gamejamplus for this amazing opportunity. This is our first time participating in something like this, and our team is just the two of us, and we never even expected to make it anywhere close to this level, and so I don't know what to say, but it really means a lot to us, and thank you for this opportunity.
Hello everyone. First of all, I want to thank all of you, and I also want to thank you for the award that we have here. And plus, this really is something huge for us, both of us, since this is a small team with just me and Victor. And I also want to thank the organization Magda and Daniela for having us, for inviting us to this game jam and helping us a lot. And yeah, that's all.
And I have... And I need to make the obvious question about how old are you guys and how do you make it to being here in Brazil? Please, tell a little bit about this story because it's awesome.
I am 17 and Victor is 16. So both of us, we've been making games for like 3 years. He's been making them for longer. He got me into game dev, so yeah. And we've heard about the Gamejamplus, but we weren't old enough to join the game jams, so we waited for a couple of years. But then COVID came, so we even had to wait longer. And after that, we saw that in 2021 we could join, so yeah, we joined, and we didn't expect that we would be here, so yeah, to be here is really awesome.
Wait, I will make it to the, I will talk in Portuguese about this, because they need to know. Gente, para quem...
So for those, I know that we have a translation, but they came from the old other side of the world, like in Macedonia. And they had this whole campaign, like to bring them here, so to get money to be here. So they had campaigns on television, local television, and like a huge movement, so they could be here. So they didn't know they were going to be awarded, but here they are. They are the winners in the Gamejamplus in Rio de Janeiro.
It's the first step of a brilliant career for you guys as a game developer. So
thank you.
You can.
Another thing, when we were inviting people at Gamejamplus, and we knew that people should be 18 plus years, we invited actually 16 plus, thinking that the younger people will learn so they can win in the following years. We never ever expected that such a young people will win in our first year with their first attempt. So actually when they told us how old are they before traveling, we were like almost in a shock. So what are we doing now, how we are traveling? So thanks to their parents, they managed to travel here.
Hey. Thank you.
So now we will talk about our Latin American brothers. I will switch into Portuguese. Latin America and Brazil. Brazil sometimes forgets it belongs to Latin America, and Latin America forgets that Brazil belongs to Latin America. And get together with this community, people that are here, people that we met online, Plus. And to give the word for Latin America, Sandy, please. So do you prefer in Spanish or Portuguese? Okay, Spanish, all right. Okay, so my friends from Latin America, this is very important here. Thank you. So here I am with this doll, and this game industry like to deliver like the best game in Latin America. And on behalf of Sandra Castro, no escape in my country. So I'm very honored, and also like. So, okay, so you heard me like scream, but I'm not the crazy one here. So now, let's see. So, who the best game in Latin America?
Don't be ashamed. Come on. Thank you once again. Now we have the complete game here. Thank you very much. Now it's Brazil. We have people from so many cities and states in Brazil, so many places. Probably you know more the world than our own country. And we are now in Brazil via these people here coming to Rio, the capital of the games, at least now. And to bring, to present this award, I would like to invite Klebia. If you know Klebia, you know how passionate she is by it and the energy and the effort she puts here. The tears, yes, tears and pixels and everything she does. So Klebia, talk a little bit about representing Brazil. Wow, it's very touching. I have no words to tell you what it is. 20 states in Brazil represented here. Soon, the 27 of the Federation will be here. I'll fight for that. Yes, we will. So if you know a place where we don't have Game Jam Plus, please send a WhatsApp. Let's solve it. And now, which is the Brazilian game winning? Congratulations. I would like to thank once again Gamejamplus for the award and congratulate once again the whole team. And well, I guess that's it, right? Well, thank everyone once again, as he said. And once again, congratulate the whole team. Only us could be here, but everyone struggled for that. They were concerned about everything about the game, story, gameplay. Everyone was engaged, and if it weren't for that, we wouldn't win. So I would like to thank for those of one here and not here. Well, Brazil is quite well represented by you. Thank you for the opportunity. Well, now that we traveled the world, went to all the continents and countries, it was difficult to get here. I didn't change my outfit because I am Beyonce. I would like to bring the t-shirt of Gamejamplus 2018 that was here on this stage. Just a few people are honored to have this t-shirt. I know some. It's a little old because, time has passed. It was almost promoted into pajamas, but I'm here and I'm very happy with because if you follow this story, you know how difficult it was to make this dream come true. This crazy dream that in Brazil we would be able to impact the games industry, this huge thing that we have, and that was born abroad and was brought here a little late. If you know our industry, you know how it works. But some crazy people had this idea, and other crazy people embraced this idea, and this became a fire that took the whole country, and now we are here with people from all over the world that we could bring here to Rio to know our country, our culture. But the nicest thing was to know their culture, their histories, their narrations, their points of view. Uh, the guys from Macedonia know this cultural exchange and know the names behind the flags and people behind the names of the countries, the passions connected to this crazy thing that is making games. Making games and this media that touches somehow as nothing else does. Because with games, we don't see the story, we are part of it. And you are telling stories that are not being told, that were not being told from your countries, your points of view, genders, identities. And this is what Gamejamplus brings to us. This is something unique. This is something that makes me passionate to be here, sharing the stage with you and sharing this moment with you and sharing these awards with you. So I would like you to know how difficult it was. And you saw in the beginning of the story to make this Gamejamplus with no money and Lucas, Gabriel struggling to make this event happen, finding a place, and somehow, little by little, we had sponsorships and people entering and coming to this to make this dream come true, and investors supporting this idea. We know that it's not because you were born on a determined zip code that is different that you can't dream and create stories with games. Whether in the favela in Brazil, in the Ship of Knowledge, in Macedonia, in Namibia, wherever you are, you can touch hearts with games. And the place where you were born doesn't determine if you can or not create games and change the world of games. So Gamejamplus is a celebration of this game development community with different languages that can communicate with this media. And I hope that we can't have the event here next year because this space got too small. We that will need more space for more flags If the pandemic is over, thanks to the vaccines and science, it will allow us to be here and other places, seeing people not on screens but face to face, and now we can celebrate this important moment. So I would like to thank this community and have a round of applause to you who are part of this community. And I would like to handle at least one award. We know main design, marketing in a short time. And our plus is to make the prototype that is somehow implemented of Game Jam in something that may have market viability or commercial trade and support you so that you can dream not about traditional careers but dream about living with games. Probably some of you produced the first game here. And you know, with the difficulty of building a function and transmitting the idea with the dynamics of interaction that we were doing. So to award the best building of the night, the evening, the first of the big awards of the night, please.
I'm sure you're tired of listening to us. So Bolivia it's not a small country, but it's a country that has very few people. And the video game industry is really small there.
Like 20 people.
Yeah, it almost doesn't exist. So, wow, this is a huge honor. And let's hope that this can
Bring more of us to Brazil in the future.
yeah, and to the world. So
And you need the extra luggage for your prices.
It's gonna be weird.
yeah, in the aduanas.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Bem, gente,
Well, now I would like to talk about an award, and I won't handle this one, so I was entitled only to one. But the holder of this award is someone who has a lot to do with it because it has to do with the plus of Game Jam Plus. It's not only about making games or having games idea, but knowing how to change this game idea into something possible, something viable. And the instrument, the tool for that is pitching. Some of you presented pitching for the first time due to Game Jam Plus, but I would like to invite here someone who presented some pitching, some thousands of pitching. So Marcelo Matos, please. Well, pitching is something that, like the song here in Brazil says, that our stories are days of fight and days of glory. And being here in Game of Jam is representing this wonderful journey that you lived. Is to fight the whole world to be here celebrating and winning an award. I faced this difficulty sometimes. Jonas, where is Jonas? Are you there? Jonas is back there. In 2019, we had the epics of this career of hackathons marathons with Jonas. He was in my team in Hack in Rio. We were the Latin winners, and we had 10 times more people there. And telling the stories, not only coming here and telling a story. We have a technique, delivery, emotion, and only if you live the journey you can make that happen with all the emotion for the pitching. So I value a lot people coming here in the end of the marathon, going to the stage or have a streaming, a broadcasting, with a summary of the story in 3 to 5 minutes, however the time is, whatever the time is. You can tell the whole story. So the power of summarizing and bringing the emotion at the right time to deliver the value proposal is something challenging. So this acknowledgement to this person is emblematic, and I won't say that they are the winners of the whole process. Many people stay behind due to a detail. Sometimes it's very difficult to select, but this is a championship. So the detail makes the difference to the judges. We cannot forget the others. We need to keep up trying because this is the journey, right, Jonas? So now the floor is yours. No, now the word is with you. Let's see which is the game to be the best pitch.
Maybe he's listening to us. He was the presenter. He made lots of speech, like all the art people, because we stopped like to make the speech. It was our work, but he was the presenter. And without art, that wouldn't be possible because we thought we have all the data here, everything is in the spreadsheet. What are we going to do? So we need like the art team that was very important. And then they had all the magic of what we were talking about, like to the visual. And for us, that made a lot of a difference. So congratulations to them. And here we are on behalf of their energy and everyone who contributed. So not only you, well, you showed like how good and the importance of the beach. Thank you. All right. So just one more award, and the most important one, but I don't deserve to be here, like to handle this award. No one does, but like the most fanatic dreamer of this Game Jam Plus, that guy over there. So please, like a show of hands to this guy. So before uh, that he calls like the last winner, I would like to say that. So this whole fire here has to do with his craziness. While many people were giving up, like, so, well, we need a sponsorship, and, but he was always there. And all the possible fights, he made it happen. And here we are winning this fight. And we made this dream come true. It's like no challenge seems to be too small in face of this giant. And you deserve to handle this award of this year that is changing our history. So Game Jam Plus this year is the last one that we can fit in an auditorium this size because our dream is getting bigger and bigger, and you will handle the last award. Well, in fact, Well, thank you for your words. Well, I'm not going to do that alone. But before I do that, the last award, I'd like to talk to two people here. So Jesus is among us. So Thiago Jesus, like from Magalu, is here. And we hope that in our next edition we have a partnership with Magalu. So thanks for coming. And also we have Rodrigo from the CEO from Abra Games. So and how much I've chased him for the past few years. So thank you for being here. I hope that your presence here is the beginning of a very fruitful relationship. So please say something to everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. Companies. We are here for more than 10 years in the association, trying to represent the country here and especially abroad, so we can see like the quality of our games. Show it's unquestionable that we have examples in Latin America, all over the continent and in the world, but mostly here in Brazil, showing that with games, we can live off games, and we can foster like companies that develop games and see your celebration here today. I'm very proud. And I believe that tomorrow we will have new studios, and new studios will deliver more incredible games to the world. So from here, from the country, from the continent, and this is what I want to happen. Thank you for being part of the association. I would like to take the opportunity to thank three people here in front of me. Rafino, please stand up. So when I left Shark Tank, we began talking, and then he said, I want to get into this game, like it help us financially. So sometimes we have like problems with cash flow. So we have someone here from India, here with us. So this guy is the coolest person. He stayed like for the first 6 months. We were having meetings in Portuguese, and he was in a Google Translator trying to understand what we were saying.
Would you like to say something?
Thank you all very much. It's an honor to be here. It's a pleasure to be here. And I really, really believe in Ian and his team. I've gotten very close to them over the past year or so. The passion just flows through the Zoom calls, everything. You can see it every week. So I hope, everyone can get together and make this a great movement, because I think gaming is the future, and gaming is life. So definitely, I think, you'll have a right vehicle and leader and the leadership team. Everyone, you'll know who they are. So thank you again, and, just keep it up.
Thank you, Viro. Arthur, foi engraçado.
Obrigado. It was funny because before the Shark Tank, we had like 5 years of struggle. 5 years I was at your house, like eating and sleeping for free. So you probably put more money in food for me than the money in the company. So would you like to say anything? Yes. So first, Ian, congratulations. As investors.
Mas eu acho que o que vale é o sonho.
But what I believe is the dream and to become an entrepreneur. So since very young, I like to create my companies and invest in my own business. And Ian has something very similar to me. Also his father. I've known his family for quite a while. So it's a pleasure being here. And I see this is the beginning of a project. This is not like the end. As some people said, we are just beginning. And the size and the potential of this market and the gamification that we can get into metaverse and work with other kinds of markets, this is just like the tip of the iceberg. So I do have some relationship with other investors that are joining us. We are bringing investors from the world, like other parts of the world, to be here in this project. I have like my partner Viola and some others, other companies. I like to do the pitch, and we have other companies interested. We need people with money, obviously. So it's a pleasure being here. I'd like to see like the final award being handled by you. We are anxious here, and congratulations everyone who were here, like doing all the different phases and all the big awards that I've seen. So the most recent investor that we have here, Fabio Fiola. So thank you for the trust. So now I'm the one who thank you. So if I had just like 1% of everything that Artur said, I would be very happy. But I would like to congratulate everyone. Wonderful event, incredible magnitude. In a very humble way, here I am following, I'm just joining you in this investment, but I bought the idea. But one thing that I would like to highlight, since I had this opportunity to say a few words, and I would like to call your attention, it's just like remind you, like the shyness in your eyes and the passion of each one of you. Each person, like in Ian's team, is amazing. So like from the moment that we see them and their eyes shining, the spark in their eyes, like to make this event happen, something that really caught my attention. And this spark in their eyes that they all have, it's impossible as everyone. So just like to make very clear, Game Jam Plus is an NGO. We have like we have some other companies that got together, and some of them you already know. So once again, thank you. Like to use like the cash flow and your investments, like to provide support to Game Jam Plus. So before I call the two people that I want to handle this award with me. One of them doesn't know, but I'm looking at them. I would like to thank like boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives of everyone who works with me, because it's tough. Like lots of years with no money, and so I see Aninha here, Danielle, her boyfriend, and Juliana, Bruno, and everybody else. So thank you guys, like respective other half, for your patience and your trust. And then, like the last three awards, I would like to call our private sponsor, Rodrigo Lanes, and the award, it's called The Mob. So a show of hands to Rodrigo. And I would like to call to the stage Danilo. He is my partner since 2018. He left, he came back. So the company is on his name, so if anyone gets arrested, it would be him. The credit card is his. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience and support and trust. I would like you to say something before we pass the floor to our friend here. So this is a surprise. I didn't know I was coming on the stage. So you know that we leave out in the front of the company those who know how to communicate better. I would like to say that I met Ian 2016, 2017, but we had this dream to work with games. So Game Jam Plus, it's a fruit of this game, of this dream, and we are still struggling. And now we see that not only Game Jam Plus has the potential to use this community that we are creating, but also participating and getting involved with. And it's expanding throughout the world. So, as Artur has said, I see an interesting beginning for something bigger. And we are like, this is our initial kickoff, the way we wanted to give, like for a very long time ago. So these are the words that I would like to say, and we will have lots to come. Derived from the Game Jam Plus, some things are already happening, and we are building another universe, something that we want to bring to you, so please stay tuned. So Metaverse Plus. So Rodrigo, so we've known each other like for almost like 2 years. We've celebrated some contracts that came from us. Tell us a little bit why the Nov decided to invest, and thank you. So congratulations. My name is Rodrigo. I am the head of partnerships and contents of T9, the mob. So you can understand why it's so important. It's an honor, like representing this award and sponsoring this event. So basically, the mob, I guess you don't know, most of you don't know, but it was a company founded in 2009. So we've been some time on the road, and it was founded in Brazil. So now, but it's an international company. We are present in more than 40 countries. We employ more than 700 people all over the world. We are an open capital company in the São Paulo stock market, and we have a business model like B2C, B2C, and we have other companies like the mob and our users in delivering our services. So these companies, they put their brands in our services. So these companies, they take advantage of the services that we sell, and then they differentiate their portfolio. And the mob is a digital company by default, and we have many services, and the most important one is the Webs Club. But in fact, my opinion is an honest one, and the Webs Club is a distribution, alternative distribution platform for mobile content. In simple words, think of a Netflix of apps. So Netflix, our service is like subscription, so monthly or weekly. And then you have a catalog of content, like Netflix videos. In our case, Android apps is Netflix. We do not have any advertisement, no external influence, no distraction for our users. And we do not have any extra costs. So apps where you have to pay to use like a special functionality, a game that I need to buy one specific weapon or an item. In our version, everything is already included in the subscription. So this is a premium experience for our users. The purpose of this service is to give to emergent markets, countries that otherwise would be excluded from the digital economy, quality digital services, and deliver to the diverse this content you here revenue source, like 100% incremental that you can have like in platforms, more traditional ones of a games distribution.
So I think that's why it's clear to us why it's a pleasure or an honor to be here, not only sponsoring the event and handling the award, but fomenting the game industry. Because it's important to have new developers and new quality content. And I would like to say that it would be very nice to us if you are here developing good content to talk to Bemob so that you bring your content to our platform and generate some revenue, in fact, with your products and services, your games. We are totally available to hear you, to chat, in Game Jam, and people there know us. They have our contact. We are here for you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's go to the award. I'll handle the third place, you second, and Rodrigo the first one, okay? Do we have differences here? First, second, third? Okay, now I found it. I have 3 here. What do I have to do? Nothing? Do I have to do anything? No. Okay, so the third place goes to... Okay, I took off the film. Okay, so the third and the second one have no video. So I need to say it here, right? Or do I have an image? Okay, so whisper it to me, please. This is the first time I'm using it, and we also have the English here. I can't hear you. What? I didn't hear you. Okay, she'll tell me here. Are you sure? So the third place, and I tried to buy their toy is Itsy Bitsy. Congratulations. Okay, once again, thank all this wonderful project, this wonderful team. We produced this game with a lot of care to bring everything that we love the most. I mean, all the nostalgic feelings and the children's songs, everything made by with care, good care. And I would like also to thank three people who are not here today, and they belong to our team, and they participated since the first step on Game Jam Plus, and they were part of the whole project. Luisa Cardoso, Gabriel Fontinelli, and Pedro Tepedino. They are in Brasília. And I would like them to be here because it's not only ours. This is for you too, and we could have all that together. So thank you very much. Well, we are leaving here much better than we came. Our dreams are much more ambitious thanks to all the infrastructure of Game Jam. And on Monday we have much more. And hold on, we're only beginning.
Gracias.
Okay, now it's time for the second place. The second place on the best game. Ink Spell. Well, we can only thank Game Jam, thank for all the support whenever we disturbed, mainly Carol, who helped us a lot with all the doubts, everything we needed to do, all the mentors that could guide us the right way. So that's it. Thank you. Okay, this one has a video, but hold on. Let's think together here. We saw many awards this evening. If I'm not mistaken, probably the winner is not going to Brazil. It has never happened in the history of Game Jam Plant because the most awarded are the ones that we saw here today. So, okay, on the first place of the best game of the year, let's find out now. Straight ahead from Philippines. Now let's have a standing ovation to them.
Okay, it was funny because I was telling my friends that, oh, I'm betting on you. I'm gonna burn this place down if you don't win. And I'm sorry, but yeah, thank you so much. I didn't expect this at all. I was actually ready to go to the bathroom and just. Thank you. I don't know what else.
And that's it?
Yeah.
Let's take a picture, the four of us. You two in the middle. Para finalizar só, eu queria...
Okay, just to Mel, people from Sikobi, DT3. I would like to have a picture with the sponsors as well. Okay? So a picture of the sponsors. Is there, Herbert? Tanya, come here. Janine, Carol, please. Juliana Brito, Guilherme, Berma, André. André, you are hiding there. Pedro, Thiago, Márcio, Vânia, Clébia. So, everyone, come on. Everyone that is in the Zion. So, Italo and Ana and Clébia, they help us a lot. Okay, now I'll ask the winners to go back to their places and the local organizers come here so that we have a picture with all the organizers.
Stage so we can take a picture. And the participants, the ones that has the prize, podem voltar. Ink Spell pode voltar. Eldritch, you can come.
Only local organizers and sponsors. And just to finish, I would like everyone to come back here, and the sponsors is only the global team here. Okay, no sponsors now, only my team here. Everyone working here every day. doing there, João? Where's Guilherme? Guilherme and Berma, please. So everyone worked a lot these last days. There's no doubt about it. But maybe 2 or 3 people, and I would like you to help me to acknowledge them because they were during these 2 or 3 days. Please, just to finish here, they had a level of concern with all of us that was much higher, and I would like you to help me. And let's see, Carol here. You two here. I would like a hand of applause to Carol Turão, who were the main organizers of this. Also, a hand of applause to Janine, because she related to all the organizers. She bought the tickets. Am I being unfair? Anyone else here? I would like to invite Phil because he presents the whole communication team, so it's more than fair. I think that's it. Did we miss something? No, it's over? So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Okay, no, let's talk about next year. Go on. Okay, it's here on improv, but let's go. First, I would like to thank you all present here. We're very thrilled. If you followed me this week, you could see that I lost my voice and I got it back many times, but it was due to emotion, and thank God I have my voice here at this moment. First of all, to thank the challenge that Ian handled me. For those who don't know, and many people don't know because we intentionally are not disclosing that, but Ian challenged me last November. And yes, it was right after the first step, first phase, and we reviewed the whole process of the company, understanding and analyzing all of you, your needs, your wishes, and thinking about the ideal scenario, what is better, how we can articulate better among you. And Antonio Durão said that we are points connecting the dots. But we are also hard, so for us to connect more and more each one of the dots so that we can have more and more challenges accomplished and interests and wills, we get closer to the industry and the sponsors and the investors and talk more and more about ourselves and our cultures. We are creating the next edition that will be much more incredible. We have the dates and the times for things to happen. We know a lot, but we also need to know a lot from you because this is your reality in your local context that will tell us how to do better.
So I thank you all, and we see everyone in our next edition. Okay, this is over, our grand final. Now we have a soccer game.